Hi Taurus, welcome to your Their Next Move reading for July 2020. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, and this could resonate as yours or their moon, rising, or Venus sign also. I've started off this way, I think I'm getting the hang of it, because I hurt my left hand, and I burnt myself. I poured hot kettle tea water over my hand instead of in the tea thing I have, the teacup, the strainer thing. I misjudged the distance. And so that, there it is. Okay. So I don't want it to, it's unsightly and I don't want it to be a distraction. So if I did it the other way, you would have had to see it when I separate the cards. So I just did it this way, and I'll be shuffling with these like I normally do for the rest of the reading. Okay. It's like I kind of shuffled and laid them out anyway, the amount of time I took. All right. So, yeah. And then I feel kind of like just out of sorts because I got my new glasses prescription, which apparently are much needed if I can't gauge the distance, or if everything was blurry and I was pouring it over my hand instead of into the cup. But and it's a little, the way they did it's a little different, so I'm having to kind of move my head differently, like up a little bit to read finer print and all that. They're progressive. So all right, shutting up. 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands. Let's see, we have King, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 7, 8, 9. So 8 of Wands, King of Cups, Pisces, 7 of Pentacles, the Moon, Pisces or Cancerian, and 4 of Pentacles. All right, what's this 8 of Wands about? Okay, Knight of Cups, that could be Scorpio. What's this King of Cups about? This King of Cups. 3 of Pentacles. All right. What's this 7 of Pentacles? Yeah. They're wanting some time. What's this 7 of Pentacles for Taurus? Sun card. Which, doesn't this look like the Sun card? No, you can't see that because of light. That's the Moon card. How about I put it right here so you can see things better? There we go. It's not glaring now, is it? What's this Moon card about for Taurus? So I think that somebody's wanting some time. I think that there might still be, is somebody else muscling their way in here that's causing them to go, oh, I need some time to think? Or is this someone that's feelings have changed? Or what's this 4 of Pentacles for Taurus? Temperance. All right. Someone is wanting to give something else a shot. This is, I don't know that you were fully off the ground with this person, or, fully moving forward. And I think they pumped the brakes because they're having a situation they want to give another chance or a second chance to. It feels like it's another, it doesn't feel like it's with you. It feels like they're asking for time from you, or to give them time. And it's kind of similar because a few of these are like this, but this person actually is kind of middle of the road. They don't want to give you any false hope, and they're wanting to actually, I feel like something came in and changed a situation for them, and it's put whatever you've got going with them in limbo. And it feels like they're trying to do the right thing, or they're trying to be honest about this, that they're wanting, they don't know what to do, so they're erring on the side of caution. They'd rather cut things off than to do something inappropriate. This feels like someone trying to do the right thing, honestly. And can I just say that across the board with these readings, it feels like there's a lot more consideration and cautiousness from everybody regarding the other person's feelings. So I don't know what's going on, but that's kind of nice. But for this one in particular, this feels like someone pumping the brakes because they're not sure how they feel. And they don't know what the right thing to do is. They don't want to, that jumped, 2 of Wands. They don't want to turn it into a third party situation, but they're wanting to see if another situation works out. And you two weren't actively involved. I think there was just interest here, but perhaps this was a friendship that might have started to progress into something else, and then they had something else come up and you two weren't really a thing, so they're like, well, I'm going to pursue this then. I feel like you've known this person for a while, so perhaps this is going to sound horrible to say, but perhaps they felt like you were more safe, like they could postpone whatever it was with you, because if it's with you, it's going to be something serious, where if it's just somebody they just met, or perhaps like this is an ex that came back into the picture when you two were getting closer and you were friends and getting closer, and then the ex comes back in and they're like, okay, they want to give it another try. I feel like I should, and it kind of postpones whatever you two. So there wasn't anything really official, like it hadn't really got started, but there were feelings there, and you both knew it, and yet they're kind of like whoop, because they're wanting to go back and kind of rule something out or give it its due diligence. And I think they're still wanting to maintain that friendship with you, but it's already gotten a little bit complicated because you two, this is like friends moving into that sort of uncharted territory, and then it got stopped. And so this is, you have permission to do your thing. You have no claim to them, they have no claim to you. So you get to do what you want. I think they're secretly hoping that you'll still be friends and still stick around and whatnot, but it also feels like they don't want to lead you on, and they're like, you know what, if you don't want to talk to me, I get it, I understand. They'd almost rather that than you two acting like nothing happened and everything's fine, because then it's like, well, gosh, I guess in their mind it would be like nullifying. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm not advocating for them. I feel like they're wanting to err on the side of caution. And this was not malicious. They for the Tauruses that I'm reading for, whoever you're dealing with didn't intend for this, and they're not doing it maliciously. They're not playing a game. For what I'm seeing here, this is someone that you two were starting to kind of maybe consider, and then something else changed for them, a situation changed, and they are kind of like putting this on hold, saying, you know what, I got to give this a second chance. There might be kids involved or property or whatever, or their heart might still be in it, and they're like, I got to follow my heart, I got to do my thing. And you're like, okay, so I'm not sure you're going to wait around for that, though. Yeah, it's a funny thing being put on hold, because it's like that. That's a very individual thing how someone reacts to it. Some are like, you know what, I'm going to be here for this person because we grew up together and I really care, or I believe in it that much. Other people are like, yeah, no, if I'm not chosen, then I have no business being here. So this will be, you have to do what you feel is best for you, obviously, preaching to the choir. And that's well, this isn't about what your next move is, it's about what their next move is. And this is someone hoping that you'll still be that person you always were to them while they still sort this out over here. Because this is somebody that you were friends with or knew before. Your time just never happened with each other, and it started to, and then this other thing came rushing in, and it's like, okay, well, yeah. Else for Taurus. Empress, Taurus, Libra, or Aries. Okay. All right. So it could very well be that you're like, hey, you know what? I get it. No love lost. I'm going to keep doing me and we're good. Don't worry about me. But you're not waiting around for this person. Like, you're still going to be moving forward and looking, what's good for you, moving forward into the future. Some of you might take this as a stance that, you know what, I feel really connected to this person and I'm going to wait and I'm going to do my own thing in the meantime. Because you recognize that this could take time to get sorted out. It's unclear and you're like, well, what else for Taurus? Okay, so I think this is, well, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. I feel like you're like, yeah, I don't want it to get complicated or murky. Don't want that in my life. I've got too many good things I'm looking forward to and that I want to create and do and live and all that, and I just want to keep it simple, and I want to take care of me. So, yeah. This could also be saying things need to be kept simple. Don't let it get complicated. You wouldn't be the one complicating it though. And this person, for what's showing here, this person did let you know what happened. So there's nothing being unsaid here. This is someone being honest, like, look, you know, I didn't expect this to happen, but they came back and I feel like I should. And you're like, okay, yeah, no, I get it. But at the same time, you're not waiting around for them. Especially with these two showing up. What else? Wheel of Fortune on its side and 3 of Wands. So, okay, so this is about what's possible for the future that kind of the brakes got pumped, that has been put in limbo. So whatever potential for the future is in limbo, and what they're going to do is go to the other situation, and I think with the subtext or the undercurrent of hoping that you two can continue the friendship. It's really weird, but I'm going to say it. It's almost like they feel like they've just kind of got to close it out. Like they got to go back so that they can say they have no regrets, but they don't. I think they see you as somebody serious and potential for longevity, but they're going back to their past situation out of loyalty and to kind of close that chapter out. This feels like you have an abiding friendship with this person. And so it's like, well, this is a special circumstance. I'll allow it. I understand. I get this. Because this is somebody that you two have like a bond of sorts, or there's history here, and you've got kind of an affinity for each other. So you might have all the patience in the world and be like, yeah, I'm just going to go over here and do, and maybe our time isn't now, maybe it's a couple years from now. Like this could be one of those situations where when you were ready, they weren't, and then they came back and then you were involved and they weren't, so there's never been the right time. This could be one of those situations now where it's like, okay, well, maybe we'll try again in a couple years, you know? But there's some kind of an affinity here, or some kind of bond to where there's a bond here. And you might go off and do your own thing, but it's not enough to write this person off. Whatever you're not writing each other off. It's very interesting because on the one hand, they're going back out of loyalty and longevity to kind of see if there's any chance with this situation over here. But then they're bonded with you and they trust you, and you were before the situation they're going back to. And in their mind, you're going to be there afterwards. So this isn't an affair. It never got that far. But there's something here between you and this person, and they're really hoping it'll still be there during and after. It's almost like they're going back to close things out. Okay, all right. So yeah, 3 of Wands and Wheel of Fortune on its side. So it's kind of like you're not slowing down. You're going to do your own thing. Perhaps that's because you trust that in time you two will be okay, or that it's going to come. Your time just isn't right now yet. It's kind of unclear when it is, but you don't mind waiting. You're just going to do your own thing until then, because you're not going to slow down or lose any ground, which I like, because this is you doing your own thing and thriving and not letting this disappointment get in the way. You're not slowing down. You're not stopping and denying yourself what's in front of you just because this didn't work out yet. Keeping it simple, moving forward, doing your own thing. And it just, honestly, it feels like this is just being postponed. It's not over. And I think that's why you're like, okay, yeah, I get it. I understand. That's fine. You're not vexed about it. It's not slowing you down one bit. Okay, Taurus, that's your July with this person. They're going to ask for some time to go figure something out, and you're going to be like, all right, you be careful now. I guess I take this down so you can see it here, the cards. I hope this was helpful. I thank you for, putting up with my wonky glasses and hurt hand. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Happy July to you. All right, much love to you. You take care.